Now on KSNT News.
A controversial bill means chicken farms could be moving closer to your door. And hitting the mats, why the best of the best took over the Kansas Expo Center this weekend. Plus, the Kansas Jayhawks are heading to the Final Four. How fans and players are reacting to the big win. Good evening and thanks for watching KSNT News at 10. I'm Gretchen Kanan. Tonight, KU fans are celebrating in the streets of Lawrence. After today's game, KU is in the Final Four for the first time in 6 years, and fans flooded Mass Street in celebration. We have team coverage from all angles tonight, but first, Matt Gasper is live in Omaha with more on how the team is reacting tonight. Hi, Matt.
Hey there, Gretchen. Good evening and welcome live to Omaha, everybody. What a night for the Kansas Jayhawks. They finally get over that Elite Eight hurdle and punch their ticket into the Final Four in an instant overtime classic against the Duke Blue Devils. Now, the celebration should speak for itself about just how much this means to this KU team. In a game that featured 18 lead changes, the two top seeds from the Midwest region went blow for blow all night long. 40 minutes was not enough. In overtime, Malik Newman helped contribute 32 total points. That would be the difference. The Hawks also out-rebounded Duke by 15. Bill Self was almost at a loss for words right after the win.
Where'd that one rank? Where'd that one rank? That may rank number 2. You know, the one in San Antonio the first time was probably going to be number 1 until we have a chance to maybe do something special like that. But that was one of the best basketball games that I have ever been a part of. I thought they played great. I thought we played great. They had every answer when we got the lead. We had every answer when they got the lead. And you know, we executed well enough. And I don't know how many threes we shot. We had to shoot 35. But we ended up making 13 or 14, and that was the difference.
Yeah, KU made 13 of 36 from the three-point line. Svi Mikhailuk had the one to send it into overtime. Then Malik Newman took over for KU in the extra session. I'll be back much later in sports. We'll have tons more. We'll go inside that KU locker room. A lot of great celebration video to show you as KU is moving on to the Final Four. Reporting live in Omaha, I'm Matt Gasper. Gretchen, back to you.
Thank you, Matt. Meanwhile, Willis Scott has been on Mass Street in Lawrence all night long with fans. Willis, what are things like over there right now?
This guy's got the TV.
Gretchen, things have quieted down a little bit, but some people are still out celebrating today's big win. Now, this was a tense game for fans. The Red Lion Tavern was packed to capacity. They watched as the game went into overtime with KU and Duke tied at 72. After the 5 minutes of overtime, KU came out ahead. The score was 85-81. When the dust settled, fans were shouting and screaming. Many say they're thrilled by the game.
I went into OT, but overall I'm so happy Jayhawks won.
Going Final Four, baby! Let's go hard!
We won! Yay! Final Four.
And hundreds of fans flooded Massachusetts Street following KU's victory. It was a sea of red and blue for the Jayhawks. Reporting live in Lawrence, Willis Scott, KSNT News.
Thank you, Willis. And meanwhile, you may have noticed some of those fans were carrying their beers. Tonight, fans are allowed to carry open containers of alcohol on Massachusetts Street, but police say the containers must be plastic, so people aren't allowed to carry alcohol in glass bottles or cans.
Sometimes, you know, celebrations, people get excited and things can get thrown, and we just don't want anybody to get hurt. So it'll be real important that people follow the glass bottle ordinance tonight. It will be enforced tonight.
Sergeant Amy Rhodes says this is a fun event for police to be a part of. She says it's a great way for officers to interact with the community. Other police departments are helping Lawrence police watch the large crowds tonight. And don't forget, you can keep up with KU and the remaining teams, including score updates from the games. Just download our KSNT News app.
We were able to manage quite a bit of sunshine earlier today, but the sun is long gone and the clouds are starting to fill right back in across northeast Kansas. Aside from maybe some patchy areas of drizzle, we are still dry right now as temperatures hang out in the 40s. There is one exception though. That's Marysville at 39 degrees right now. To the south in the Little Apple, it's 48. And here in the capital city, kind of in the middle at 42 degrees. We're also still contending with a bit of that east wind, still at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. And that does add a bit of that extra cold bite to the air. That's why you'll see wind chill temperatures in the 30s in spots. But I don't expect it to feel much colder than that through the night because the wind stays about the same as well as our temperatures. But we are tracking increasing chances of showers and even some thunderstorms to rumble through. A closer look at that with Future Track is still to come.
The Topeka Fire Department says an early morning house fire was likely intentionally set. It happened here in the 600 block of Southwest Western around 2:30 this morning. When fire crews arrived, they found smoke and flames coming from the two-story home. Crews were able to put the fire out quickly. Investigators say the house was vacant and had no working smoke alarms. No one was injured in the fire. Meanwhile, Topeka Fire battled a house fire in East Topeka today. They say the fire was caused by not properly disposing cooking grease. Everyone in the home was able to escape without injuries, including a dog. Investigators say the estimated loss is $16,000. A house next door also suffered minor damages from the fire. Governor Jeff Collier has signed into law a bill aimed at luring large-scale poultry processors to set up shop in Kansas. The Lawrence Journal-World reports that Collier signed the bill on Tuesday. The bill greatly expands the number of chickens growers can house in confined animal feeding operations before they would be required to obtain a state environmental permit. The bill came in the wake of recent controversy when Tyson Foods proposed building a large-scale slaughter and processing plant in Tonganoxie. That sparked widespread public opposition. Thousands packed into the Kansas Expo Center this weekend for the Kansas Kids Wrestling Championships. KSNT News reporter Molly Pat spent her morning there talking to the athletes.
More than 1,400 wrestlers qualified to make it to this state tournament this year in the capital city, coming from 165 clubs across the state. Organizers say this is the biggest competition many of these kids have ever seen, and the athletes are taking it all in.
We're just having fun, wrestling, doing what we do best. This is the funnest weekend of the year.
15-year-old Israel Garza has been preparing for his state tournament matches for the last month.
I'm 1-1, and I'm trying to make it to the 3rd and 4th placement matches today.
And 8-year-old Deegan has been working hard to take home the W as well.
It's my first time coming here, and I really like it.
Organizers say this tournament brings in around 10,000 people to the capital city, and it won't be the last time we see the crowd for this event. Topeka has won the bid to host the tournament for the next 5 years. But most importantly, these kids are having fun and seeing their hard work pay off.
You just work hard all year, always get better in the room, listen to your coaches, they help a lot.
That was Molly Pat reporting, and next year's tournament will be held the weekend of March 16th. It's a school that is less than a year old, but some say it's light years ahead when it comes to the furniture inside.
Kind of gives them just that little bit of movement, whether they're on that ball chair and they can just bounce a little bit, or they're on our ottoman with the wheels and they can kind of roll around just a little bit, so that way they get a little bit more movement, a little bit more exercise throughout the day.
How Jardine Elementary is giving students choice in where they sit and how it's helping them learn tomorrow night on KSNT News at 10. A police officer in Missouri is hitting the streets, but not for why you might think. Coming up, find out who he's running for.